DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FL1 Sports Podcast here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo, Jim Senecropi, Kyle Evans here with you. It's like a non-football episode today. It's crazy.
Yeah, nothing going on this weekend.
No, but doesn't mean we don't have a lot to talk about. We're diving back into the Syracuse basketball scene, Red Autry's future. Yeah,
check.
Yeah, we got the Hall of Fame situation. We got some NBA trade buzz. We got the Sabres staying red hot. And we will touch, admittedly, on the conference title game.
Patrick Reed.
So he's back.
Coming back.
Brooks.
Minders boys lose to South Seneca.
Oh, boy. Yeah. We got Brooks Koepka, who, when did he tee off? Like 4 hours ago, right? Something like that?
No, not quite. Our first tee times were around noon Eastern.
All right. Yeah, they're out at Torrey. Forgot about that. So either way, a lot to get to, and we'll get there eventually. But first, we have to thank a couple more of our sponsors today, including the Cayuga Lake Wine Trail. From your first sip to your last look at the Lake, Cayuga Lake Wine Trail will impress and inspire you. It's America's first wine trail. You truly choose your own path when you visit the winery, soak in the scenery, and make memorable moments with friends. You can plan your trip at CayugaWineTrail.com. And Seneca Falls Acupuncture, offering personalized treatments for pain relief, women's health, digestive symptoms, cosmetic acupuncture, and more, helping you look and feel your best naturally. Book your appointment online at SenecafallsAcupuncture.com to experience award-winning care right here in the Finger Lakes. All right. Where do we want to begin? You want to do football? Just get it out of the way with quickly here first, and
like the Super Bowl.
Well, just anything from
Belichick.
From either one of the games surprise you from conference title weekend in the sense of not what we were expecting. Well,
I don't think we expected a 10-7 game.
That's true.
I don't think we expected the snow to pick up the way it did, but.
Yeah.
I mean, the Patriots have just found their way all playoffs, just doing enough offensively. Defense is kind of carrying the load. But I will say the Patriots have faced 3 of the top 5 ranked defenses during the regular season. So, I mean, it's not like they're not playing any defense. They're playing tough defenses.
Oh, Knicks played, though. Broncos probably win that game, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
It doesn't
the first half decision to go for it rather than kick the field goal.
Oh, I know. It's unbelievable. What's going on?
And their defense was playing so well.
Yeah.
You could have won up 10-0. Drake May didn't do anything in that first half at all. They couldn't even get a first down at times.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Sean Payton being aggressive like he always does, but this time it
10-0's better than 7-0.
Take the
And it
points.
might have cost him the game.
Especially, I'm going to use a NASCAR adage here for this in this situation. You'll notice in certain races when there's weather in the area, the racing will pick up when the weather's happening, right? They know what's coming.
Yeah.
How is it that you don't know as an NFL team that this snow is coming in?
You got a chance to go up 10 points.
Yeah. I think you take the 3 with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. They're playing a backup quarterback.
And that was the only way the Patriots scored that whole game. A touchdown was off from that terrible pass.
Which should have been a touchdown anyway.
Yep.
Without, off the interception. Yeah, that was Stidham's one really bad play. And if he didn't do that, if he just threw it away or took the sack, who knows. But how do we do on our bets?
Yeah, I'll throw that up really quick. We all went 1-1.
Yeah.
So, just for the sake of making sure we keep up with this, well, we went 500 for the week, boys. Not much we can do there. So, at least the NFC game was fun to watch. So I've already seen the Malcolm Butler play from 12 years ago pop up now, I think 3 times. So we have a lot to look forward to on next week's podcast previewing the Super Bowl.
What do you think about a game like that being played in such bad conditions? I mean,
Dude, okay. Well, I'll begin because I don't have a problem with this. This is why I think roofs should be mandatory or retractable should be mandatory. That's just my thought, though.
I mean, yeah, except for the American viewing public. Like, I love sitting back in my comfortable room, watching them play in the snow. Like, it's just part of it, I guess. You got to build your team for any conditions.
I've played, albeit high school, but I've played football in the snow once. I've played baseball in the snow once. It sucks.
Well, baseball in the snow definitely sucks,
But football does too. I don't think a lot of people realize, like, the players can say, like, after the game or whatever that they have fun, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I've heard way more players talk outside of the fact that they do not enjoy playing in the snow. It's not great. So, my 2 cents. You have to play to whatever's there. I'm not going to sit here and deny that, but I don't know. Northern environment, I think you should have a roof.
I mean, I won't lie. The game did get boring because of it, because they couldn't move the ball. But I'm with him. It doesn't happen a lot anyway. And when it does, I mean, you look at the Bills. The Bills usually have no problem in it.
Yeah.
And if that game would have been in New England, I'm sure you saw the screenshot of what it looked like in New England.
Worse.
There. It would have been worse if New England was the home team. And again, this is not every home game, not every December, January game. It's once in a while, and that's what makes it so unique and different. And both teams, at the end of the day, have to play in that. And it's whatever team can just manage just enough.
Yep.
And Denver missed their field goal. They had a potential game-tying field goal that actually did get tipped. I didn't realize that in real time. But, yeah, I don't really care about the whole dome thing for every team. I mean, retractable roof, I guess I'd be okay with it, but
I like some snow games.
yeah.
It's just, when it is the AFC championship game, it does raise the question because the stakes at that point are so high. But at the other end, it's, just another football game. And it's like, it's like if you go and play in the U.S. Open, sometimes it's 50 miles per hour wind. Sometimes it's raining. Sometimes the course is firm. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's 98 degrees and sunny out. I mean, I don't know. Like outdoor sports,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, hey, it's part of it, as we said. So, the main news at this point, though, during the week involving the NFL is nothing really, I guess, involving technically the NFL itself, but the Hall of Fame. And Bill Belichick not getting elected in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I've said this to both of you guys at various points. I've said it a ton elsewhere, and I'm going to go back to my soapbox. These Hall of Fames are just glorified museums at this point anyway, for the most part. I don't understand why we hold certain people to these alleged character clauses and certain other people not. It drives me up a wall. It's just one of those things where I look at the Basketball Hall of Fame. Like, that's the one I always look at first because, yeah, they have players in there who probably shouldn't be in there. But you want to know what the Basketball Hall of Fame gets right? The people who should be in there are in there at the end of the day. There's no controversy surrounding it. We have this in football. We have this in baseball. It's just so stupid to me. Why? I guarantee you go into Canton right now at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I can guarantee you they probably have some sort of Bill Belichick memorabilia in there, right? And the fact that you have 50 people, 11 of which said no, and that's the reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame as a first ballot Hall of Famer is asinine to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the Hall of Gentlemanly Behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It's same thing with like Pete Rose. Like, was he one of the best? Was he one of the greatest hitters of all time? Did he, hold like one of the most revered records in baseball? But, yeah, I personally think that if you're going to get a vote in one of these things, your vote should be made public, number one, and then you should be forced to be available to explain your votes if anybody wants to ask.
Mm.
And then, if that's like Bill Polian actually did comment and he explained himself. I don't agree with the explanation, but he said that he felt that the three senior guys, L.C. Greenwood, Roger Craig, and Ken Anderson, this was their one chance. And so he wanted to make sure they got in, not necessarily vote against Belichick. But, Yeah, or there should be a subcommittee that basically just rubber stamps guys that clearly should be rubber stamped. Like Bill Belichick's first ballot, no matter how you feel about him, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's statistically the greatest football coach who ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you even have to give a guy like that to the committee?
Exactly.
It's like it would be like when Tom Brady comes up. He doesn't need to get voted in by the committee.
But that poses another point before we get to you, Kyle. So by the logic that we have with this, Brady should not be in as a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Well, right, because he was part of Deflategate and Spygate and all the other gates.
It's crazy to me that we're talking about this in the sense of like
sports writers.
They felt the need to take this weird grandstand. It's like they didn't need to at all.
Sports writers in general can be like really pricky, like they can just be, Bill Belichick might have gone after one of them in a press conference 25 years ago and they never forgot about it. So this is now they're going to get their revenge. But Hall of Fames are kind of dumb. I mean, but they do, one thing that they do exist is so we can talk about things like this.
That's true.
Right. But what do you think, Kyle? Nobody dislikes Belichick more than you probably.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely deserving, and I definitely disagree with the decision, but at the end of the day, you can't change people's minds. Like you said, might have a personal issue with him, something happened in the past. You have to remember, too, a lot of these writers and people who grow up to do these media things grew up liking other teams. Maybe they were a Patriots and Belichick hater growing up.
Right.
But they're not going to, since they don't have to publicly say why they didn't vote him, they can get away with that type of stuff. And until they have to come out and give their reasoning, I think this will never change in any sport when it comes to Hall of Fame voting.
As soon as the votes are tabulated, the Canton should release a press release with everybody's votes, and everybody should know that their votes are going to be public. And then they should be available, like I said, if a radio show wants them to explain themselves, or if we want to reach out with a question, whatever, but they should be made available to explain their votes.
They have no pressure. It's just sending the vote in and run, basically.
Yeah.
And see everyone criticizing the vote online, but they don't know who it is.
Right. I have no idea, other than Bill Polian, who
and even then, he's confused, saying that he doesn't remember what he actually voted for.
He's 83 years old. He's, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Onward and upward, I guess, with these brick buildings full of stuff.
Yeah, it's important for those towns, though. Cooperstown, Canton. I mean, that's a big part of their economy, local economy. So when you see stuff like this happen, it cheapens it.
Yeah.
And then I hear people saying, well, everybody should boycott the ceremony. Well, that's not fair to Roger Craig or whoever else gets in.
True. Yeah.
And it's also unfair that for like the guys that did get in, that they're overshadowed by this controversy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways, Hall of Fames really are kind of silly.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Speaking of silly, perfect transition. Let's get to Syracuse basketball. Boy, the difference a couple weeks can make. We were sitting here a couple weeks ago. We were feeling decent enough as was. We were only worried about the potential Syracuse Classic loss to a team like Boston College happening. And since then, it's been 4 in a row losing streak. The team looks like they've quit, and
they quit.
And we have
quit in game.
Yeah, and we have Red Autry just dead.
I feel bad for him.
It's lame duck.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Adrian Autry, but he's not the right guy for this job for whatever reason. It's just not working. It's getting hard to take. It's getting hard to take to see this program just continue to languish, in what was really the bright spot of upstate New York sports, for the better part of 50 years almost, from when Dave Bing and Jim Boeheim arrived on campus until just a few short years ago. When were they in the Final Four? 2015? 16. Yeah. I mean, so to go from there to where we are now, it's really hard to take, and it's really disappointing to watch, to take the time out of your day to look forward all day to tune in and watch. Like, even after losing 3 straight, I'm like, okay, maybe they can get this win down in NC State. That would be a quad one win. They'd have 2 quad one wins, and then they got opportunities ahead of them on the schedule. And then they get out. They're down double digits like a minute into the game, and then they fight back a little bit, and then they give it all back, and then some, and then just totally give up.
Yeah.
In the second half, while NC State, does their Harlem Globetrotters routine, and Syracuse sits there and takes it.
Yeah. This past, obviously you mentioned the NC State game that was on Tuesday. For me, I didn't even bother watching. I went and played pickup volleyball, of all things, because I was just like, it's whatever at this point, right? Like, it's crazy to me, and the brutal part to me, especially about the NC State game, is what I call a mirror effect. You have Quadir Copeland, former Syracuse Orange player. You can say whatever you want about him, but more or less unceremoniously shown the door.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. Quadir Copeland left for a lot of reasons. He had off the court issues. He had academic issues. He was suspended. He was, I mean, that's going to happen. And he could tell he was a good enough player when he was here. I mean, he hit that shot against Miami. He had some moments. He was also a clown half the time. But God bless him. I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah.
19 points, 9 assists against Syracuse. But our point guard, Nate George.
Which is what I was getting, which what I was going to say. You have, since now 2 years ago, Red has now essentially swung and missed on 2 transfer point guards in. That could be the Quadir Copeland spot.
We got Chris Bell coming up, too.
Yeah.
See how he does.
Exactly.
But it's not only, I can't put this whole thing on just like a guy's moving, because everybody's moving nowadays.
Right, yeah.
Quadir, for whatever reason, guys move in and out of programs. Our roster is good enough to beat any of these teams. I know it is. It's just by the eye test. But yet we're not, and it's not even close. And we're losing, to Boston College.
Which is where this does fall on Autry, in the sense of we're in year 3 of him as head coach. All 3 years I've wondered, what is the offense?
Yep.
All 3 years, and this part of it too, I guess maybe goes into the Boeheim era, but still.
There was a complaint with Boeheim.
Why can't we make free throws?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to put on Autry too. The offense is, though. To me, he obviously can't create a rotation or consensus to get buy-in from the players. And he says it a lot, like this team has so much fight. Well, I don't think they do, because they didn't look like they're fighting too hard out there.
They certainly have not shown it the past 2 games.
Yep.
I can tell you that much. And it's not good when on national broadcast on Saturday at the end of the Miami game, you have Eric Diefendorf, who, at least for my generation, is one of the more prominent Syracuse players on the broadcast call, and calling out the team for quitting in the final minute and a half, for not fouling, for not doing the simple things.
And all the broadcast crews on Syracuse games comment on the lack of movement on offense, lack of urgency. To me, there's so many things. I see Donnie Freeman get out rebounded by a shorter guy all the time. Donnie Freeman's great, tremendous talent, but he's a little soft. It's borderline depressing. We got this weather going on up here, and we just want to have Syracuse be in it. To look forward to the tournament, to Selection Sunday. I mean, last year's Selection Sunday, it's I didn't even watch it.
Right. Yeah, it's been a real couple of years. And Kyle, you've been along the ride with us too here at this point. So what do you think?
I was going to add that you guys are literally experiencing what I have for the last 14 years with my hockey team. Every winter, I want a team that can compete and be in it till the very end. And finally, we're getting it. But basically, you're feeling my pain, and you're mentioning all the mistakes. Well, yeah, this is how it was with my team for all those years. Buffalo is a big hockey market too. So like when they're not winning for all those years, it's painful. So I totally get how you're feeling. And yeah, when I watch them, the one thing that I notice immediately is the turnovers.
Yeah, it's careless.
32 turnovers in the first 2 losses on this 4-game losing streak.
Yep, they lose in the turnover department, they lose in the rebounding department, they lose in the free throw shooting department, and they generally are losing in the field goal shooting percentage department. I mean, how many other departments are there statistically that you can get outperformed by teams that are average run-of-the-mill teams? They're not playing top 10 ranked teams here in this 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's the tough part is because they have Notre Dame on Saturday, but after Notre Dame, it's uphill is probably being polite.
The Notre Dame game, yeah, it gets harder, but those are opportunities. Like
Yeah.
if you're in this situation, the only way you can dig yourself out of it is to beat a North Carolina or beat a Duke, and along with a lot of other teams that you're going to need to beat. But like, there probably will be a good crowd for that Notre Dame game because it is Notre Dame.
They're honoring Moten.
Moten's going to be honored, which is kind of disappointing for him that that there's not more excitement for this game just organically because it means something. Where now but if they come out and lose that game on Moten Day to Notre Dame in the Dome in the same manner they lost these last 4 and their losing streak goes to 5, I don't think it's out of the question that we make a change mid-season.
Yeah, because
their head coach.
That was my next question, and I live by on the basketball side in college. I don't know if firing a coach mid-season is the answer in college basketball, just because the way it's structured and everything like that. I do agree with you. If it's bad on Saturday, you're gonna have to. If you're Wild Hack, you're gonna have to contemplate it. The tough part for me is I don't know if I trust anybody on this coaching staff to be the interim head coach for the final month plus if it happens. And that's my biggest issue is you can fire Red. I don't think it's going to change anything this final month plus of the year.
No, it probably isn't. It clearly isn't. There's nobody in waiting on that staff, and maybe that's part of maybe the fact that there isn't anybody on the staff who we feel confident is also part of the problem. I don't know what Adrian Autry's like in practice or in game planning, and I just know that the product on the court is awful.
Yeah,
it's awful. I always text with a group of guys, or a lot of them individually, but when Syracuse is playing, the texts start coming in and out, and it was like, I can't remember if it was late first half or early second half. We were talking about the game, and I said, well, one thing's for sure, we're not winning this game, and it was when the game was close, but I could already tell.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked so similar to other games where you got a couple big possessions that you can swing things your way, and Nate George out of the half court offense drives into the lane where he's met by 2 tall guys, like they're one-on-one every time on offense, and other guys standing around. The thing that gets me crazy is, okay, so a guy will turn around and square up to shoot a 3, and I would rewind a couple times and watch. So the guy, whether it's Betsy or whoever's rising to shoot a 3, and you got 4 guys around, the other 4 guys like around the 3-point arc basically, just standing there watching. And there was one time where the 3-pointer came off the rim and came in the direction of Donnie Freeman, who was out on the wing, and he didn't even go after it. But if he had crashed the board when he knew the shot was going up, he would have had an easy 2 points because the guy didn't even bother boxing him out. I don't know. It's what's going on here? It's that type of thing that in a high school basketball game you get reamed out for.
It's the stuff you're taught in Pee Wee.
Yeah,
it's the little things.
And to me, too, part of the offense, if you're going to shoot threes, well, you better run your offense in a way that there's people in rebounding position because even the best 3-point shooting teams make, 3 or 4 of 10.
Yeah.
And so most of the time they're missing.
Yeah.
And once they miss, it's a 50-50 ball. And you can get it back and have another possession. I mean, and we're just standing around watching it. And then after that, get beat down the court. So you're not crashing the boards and you're getting beat down the court. I mean, that's just a sign of a team that doesn't care. And it comes down to Autry, and it also comes down to John Wildhack, who, when he came over from ESPN to be our athletic director, it seemed like a dream, right? what successes have we had? The attendance is down. The performance on the court and on the football field is down. I guess the lacrosse team maybe be marginally better, but no, let's face it, nobody really cares about lacrosse. It's nice when they win.
It's only the people who care about lacrosse are the people who care about lacrosse.
Right. Right. And I care about lacrosse too, but it doesn't
like football or
upset me when
basketball.
they lose, and it's certainly not something that's on a national stage in the way that football or basketball is. And yeah, the soccer team's done okay, the girls basketball team's done okay, and everything. But if you're going to be the AD at Syracuse, it's about basketball and football, and one of the two at least better be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were one of the worst teams in the nation in football this year. After having a good start, and now we're one of the worst teams in the ACC in basketball, and I don't know what's our net ranking or whatever, probably 130th or something.
I would have to look that up quick.
It doesn't matter. It's bad. You don't even need to check. It's bad. So, anyways, those are my thoughts.
Yeah,
I don't know what you do. Just wait till spring and then forget about it.
I guess. So the metric I use is Torvik, and the net stuff, and he still had Syracuse is 68 in that. So, but. That being said, that puts them at, let's see, that would put them 12th in the ACC at that point. So,
and now you're in a position where you got to make another coaching change. Who knows what players are going to leave? It's almost like starting over again. So is this,
So that poses the question.
Let Carmelo coach these guys.
That poses the question. And to me, this is where I think maybe sway from a lot of Syracuse people. So it sounds like you're leaning keep it kind of in the Orange family still.
I don't care. I don't care if they get. I don't care if Ray Romano comes in and coaches if we can start winning again.
That's fair.
I really don't care if they're inside or outside. Like when they hired Autry, I'm sure they could have got Rick Pitino.
Yeah. Yep.
So and Rick Pitino's semi in the family, I guess. He got to start.
He's got his own deal, yeah. I mean, I don't disagree.
But when we hired Autry, he wasn't at St. John's yet, was he? He was still at Iona.
Oh, yeah, that was part of the – yeah, that was – Red and Pitino were in the same coaching cycle that year.
So they could have got Rick Pitino.
In theory, yeah.
I remember when Autry got hired, you could tell Boeheim wasn't pleased.
No.
And not necessarily he thought Autry couldn't be a good coach, but I don't think that was the terms that Boeheim kind of wanted to go out on. But and people are saying, "Oh, let's bring Boeheim back." I don't think Boeheim wants to come back. Number one and number two, it had gotten stale under Coach Boeheim as well.
And I think that's why, for me, I'd rather have an outsider. I know one of the names I heard pop up is Mike Hopkins as well. I'm like, no. I'd rather take a run, and I forget the name off the top of my head, but I'd rather take a run if you're going to do it. Go after the guy who's at St. Louis right now. Go after one of these guys who's
Miami of Ohio.
I have trepidations about that one.
He's undefeated though.
But that's the point I'm making, right? Is go in with a coach that has this outsider's perspective.
Is Joe Brady available? Oh no, he got a job.
but freaking one of these guys who has an outside perspective on how to kind of maybe do things different. And I mean, it's going to be interesting anyway. It's funny you bring up the Wildhack thing, Jim, and I know part of this is not necessarily sports oriented, but there's going to be a new chancellor on campus.
Everett heading to Michigan
by
the
end of the year,
Yep.
and whoever comes in next may want a different athletic director, and at that point, who knows what happens. So, either way, I think the Autry era is done. By the end of mid-March, as the way it looks right now.
He can pull some magic out of his hat, and okay, you've lost 4 in a row, and maybe win 4 in a row.
I guess.
And all of a sudden, if they win 4 in a row, which doesn't see any way possible, right? Although, except for the talent on the roster, seems like we could. Then we might be having a different discussion. But I don't think anybody sees this team having another 4-game winning streak in them this season. It seems like they're falling apart at the seams.
To that part is where I say that's where the players need to come in and step up on their own in order to kind of do that.
Yeah, it's not all on Autry. The players giving up the way they do on the court. But, is Nate King's our scorer? Is Betsy our scorer off the bench? Kyan Anthony, like one game Nate King's takes, 14, 15 shots, and the next game he doesn't even play.
Handful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff's hard to understand too. And the other big guy off the bench,
Soiree.
yeah, Soiree hasn't even seen any action, and he was showing some promise.
Right.
So I don't get it. I don't know how Autry does the rotation or what it's based on, and he's got probably more scrutiny on that than most coaches have. Like Boeheim didn't give a crap, right?
No.
I think Autry probably does a little bit. Carmelo wants Cayenne to play. God knows Betsy's father wants him to play more. And all these kids, have parents, and all of them are. Some of them are getting paid and were promised things when they came here. I don't know what that all looks like, but Autry is not managing it very well.
No. And yeah, I think the perfect example of that too is just the way he handled the press conference after the NC State game. Talked about how Sadiq. The reason why he left Sadiq White is because he looked like he was the only one carrying. Then he walked back that a little bit because he realized in real time that he probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Which to me is BS when you have Donnie Freeman, who Donnie Freeman also had a double-double on Tuesday night. Like
Donnie Freeman is so good that he can walk into a double-double, but that doesn't give him the excuse to be as soft as he has been. And again, so part of that's the most frustrating thing. The rebound in the Miami game off the missed free throw, was it Miami?
Yep.
Yeah. So they had one last chance. Yeah. All they had to do was get a rebound, and they would have one last chance, and he got out rebounded from a guy that was out of position. Donnie Freeman is soft. I've said it last year. Mm-hmm. He's gotten better. He's healthier, obviously, now that he's off the injury, but he still plays soft. Mm-hmm. I know he's not going to, and it's easy for me to say because I know he's not going to come be able to find me. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, fight Donnie Freeman in the back alley or anything. But on the basketball court, that guy's soft.
Yeah. And we'll see how it plays out starting again on Saturday, I guess, at this point.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It should be a good crowd.
I would hope.
Although it's going to be 5 degrees.
Yeah. Not great.
So...
Anyway, let's talk about some better things, Kyle. Sabres, I'm going to throw it to you for this one especially because we are in the middle of an historic team Sabre record going on right now. So the Sabres just staying red hot.
Yeah, the best 23-game stretch in Sabres history, 19-3-1. They followed up their 10-game win streak. They lost that 11th. They were going for their 11th win. But since then, they're 9-3-1, so they've rebounded nicely. Everything's working out from goaltending to scoring to, just coaching, I guess you could throw in there too. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's been a fun ride. They're home tonight against the Kings. 5 more games before the Olympic break starts, where every team's going to go off for roughly a month. Mm-hmm. No trades, no signings, no practices, just Olympic hockey. So yeah, I mean, it's almost February, and I truly cannot believe what I'm witnessing. Because again, I told you guys, since I've been a fan, I've never gotten to see this. So I've enjoyed every time they take the ice. I feel like they have a good chance to win, and I'm just excited all day for the game.
I think hockey's the hardest sport to put together a string like that. In football, if you got clearly the best team, you literally can win almost every game. Mm-hmm. Baseball is tough too. To do it, but same thing like basketball. If you got the best team, you're probably gonna be able to win 9 out of 10 every game. Mm-hmm. But in hockey, man, to win, go 19-3 over a stretch is there is something special going on with this crew.
And something unique too that they're doing that no other team is currently doing is they're using a 3-goalie rotation almost, where 3 different goalies have gotten playing time during the stretch. Although one just got recently hurt, so it'll be back down to 2. But a lot of times teams only carry 2 goalies because that's all you need.
Right.
They're in just an odd situation where they have 3 and they can't really do much about it right now currently. And they're still finding ways to win. And like you said, it's so tough when you're switching goalies, different games. You are keeping the same lineup, but I mean, different goaltending. You got to have a great goaltending to win any night. Yeah. So the fact that they're doing enough to keep them in games and they're putting up the goals. I mean, they have the 7th best record in the NHL right now.
After a bad start.
Early December, they were 28th.
Yeah.
The amount of ground they've made up in this time is truly like something you'll never see. And the fact that they fired their GM and this turnaround's happening just from the GM being fired says like how that room was. I guess they did not like the GM. They did not play for the GM. They didn't buy into their system. And people are bringing this up. Is that GM going to receive votes for GM of the year? Because this is his team. He built this team, but he's not the one currently still running it. But every single player right now is almost something that he traded for or signed, and they're now winning. It's I don't think you've ever seen this around any sport where you just make a GM change and that same team goes on this kind of run and completely flips the season around. I can't think of another team in any sport that has done that.
Certainly not at the sub 500 level. That's for sure.
Yeah, they were even under 500 for a lot of the first half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And, there is still about 30 games left or so for every team. So, still bad things could happen. But right now, I mean, to go that long of a stretch of that winning hockey and doing the same good things over and over, I think they finally built something here that hopefully can last with a really young group still.
Mm-hmm.
So the future is still good.
What you don't want to see is them cool off heading into the postseason. If they can somehow, like if they, let's say they got they play 500 hockey for the next 10 games and then get hot again, that would be a lot better than continuing to get hot and then, like in the last 10 to 15 games of the season before the playoffs start, they kind of revert back to like an average team.
And the big question that I've seen a lot of people bring up too, is this Olympic break actually a bad thing for the Sabres? Do you really want to go take time off? You have 5 more games till the break, but then do you really want to take all that time off after what you've done over the last month? Or do you think it's a good thing because the rest still is needed?
Well, every team gets the rest, so I think it's a bad thing, but it's a thing either way. And if the Sabres are as good as advertised as they've shown that they should, that a break should help them, and they could just pick up where they left off. But hockey's such a scary sport to be a fan of because let's say the Sabres could over their next 30 games go 23-7 and then lose in the first round series because that's what can happen in hockey.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it is going to be a lot of fun when the Stanley Cup playoffs come around.
Yeah.
And
the fact that they still actually have a chance to even host a playoff series, have home ice advantage throughout the first few games, because they're also right in there for a division spot.
Well, that should be the goal.
Yep.
If not for just to give the fans an extra home playoff game, because home, Stanley Cup playoff games are the best, and Buffalo's been starved.
Mm-hmm.
If the playoffs started today, they'd be going to Detroit to face the Red Wings. But there's still a possibility that they're going to have to go to Tampa Bay and face that Lightning squad that just doesn't go away.
Bonjour.
But yeah, fun times, excited. Definitely still going to try to get to a game, possibly even Saturday night.
There you go.
It's Montreal.
Can't beat it. Yeah. By the way, Stadium Series on Sunday.
Yes.
So might be snowing in Tampa for the game even. So weather's
true.
crazy.
They're calling for snow in Florida.
Yeah. Be the first time since I think like the mid 70s that Tampa would be getting snow. I think. So crazy.
More likely the snow will be on the East Coast though.
Yeah, I know as a NASCAR fan, the Clash is supposed to be Sunday in Winston-Salem, and I don't think
there's going to be too much snow to run cars in there.
Yeah.
NASCAR should do it like any other sport. They play no matter what the weather.
Well, they do run in the rain now on short tracks and road courses, so. But I don't think they have the snow tires developed yet.
Get on that. That's what people want to see. NASCAR race in the snow. You won't even be able to see the cars.
Yeah, dirt race. Be the same thing-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Before we get out of here, Kyle, did want to ask you, so is Giannis going to get traded or what?
Yeah, I think he is, and I think he's going to be ready for this. You're not going to believe this one.
Yeah.
76er.
Wow. Why the
Philadelphia's gonna
Sixers?
make a big splash.
Okay.
I'm just feeling it.
Why not? How about Dallas?
Dallas.
I don't know.
I don't think so either.
But then also another big thing is Karl Anthony Towns. Are the Knicks really going to move on from him? Because that's another big trade deadline deal. I mean, that's a big name. But seems like a lot of Knicks fans and maybe the organization's fed up with him and done with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Maybe they can make a trade.
this deadline could get crazy. And then Jimmy Butler being floated around in rumors with a torn ACL.
Who wants Butler? I don't.
I'm seeing he would be part of a package potentially for the Warriors and Bucks trade.
Yeah.
I mean, would you really want that as part of the deal?
I mean, if you're the Bucks, you're going to have to do it just because of the monetary side of it, but you probably also get better draft out of it than not.
It's
I don't
sad
know.
because Giannis was the type of guy that was willing probably to spend his whole career there in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a rare thing, but obviously he's moved on from that thought.
I don't know. The Bucks as a franchise are weird because it's very funny to me how everybody's saying like, "Oh, Giannis is the best player in franchise history," to which I push back.
Sidney Moncrief.
Good choice.
Giannis is probably better than Moncrief.
I was leaning more on the Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar train.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. He was. How long was he there though? And that was he was only there for like 2 years.
No, more than that. They made a couple finals and won one.
And then he was with the Minneapolis Lakers, right, or whatever.
No, they were in LA.
No, when he. Anyways, yeah, I brush up on old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar / Lou Alcindor.
But very funny how the Bucks, to some degree, have run off their two best players in franchise history at the very least. So I don't know, Kyle. I think for me and you, I'm selfishly really hoping that Pat Riley actually gets his final whale for the Heat here. I don't know how it lines up,
Not gonna
but
happen.
so you're out.
He's
on that.
been hasn't he, like, the last several years, been like gun shy in every deal.
It's true.
Doesn't like giving up draft picks, doesn't like giving up players. He thinks the team is good enough as is. I don't know. I don't think the Heat are gonna. I mean, I think they have a chance, but I just don't think they'll end up doing it.
I want the NBA championship to go through like the Northeast, whether it's Boston, New York, Philadelphia, maybe even Detroit to some extent. I don't know. I'm just sick of Florida. Sick of Florida, sick of California, sick of Texas,
Sick of Oklahoma City.
sick of Oklahoma City. Like, basketball is a Northeastern sport, and I'd like to see some of that return.
Well, Detroit's up there too.
Yeah.
They're playing good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Toronto. Believe it or not, Toronto was up in the standings.
Yeah.
But again, you look at those big powerhouse teams. Like, I just don't think it's still anyone's getting past the Thunder. Like, they've cooled off a bit. They've had a little rough patch, but still.
But it's a type of deal that we've seen it before, where a team, a defending champ type of team, especially in a long ass slog season of the NBA, but then when the playoffs come, they click it back in and they know how to get it done, and they get it done.
Well, I don't know.
And it's going to start ruining the NBA if the Thunder are just going to be that new team where, kind of like the Warriors, where they're like in it every year, and it's going to get so tiring. And
Especially being Oklahoma City. It's one thing if you're the Bulls with Michael Jordan or the Steph Curry and the Golden State, but Oklahoma City, SG, Gregorius Alexander is
Still one franchise.
yeah. Anyway,
I don't know though. My
Oklahoma
guy.
City used to be the Sonics.
Yep.
Yep, the Seattle Supersonics.
Yep.
Sean Kemp, Gary Payton.
Mm-hmm. But my guy though.
Jack Sikma.
Oh wow, sick. Tom Chambers for a moment.
Tom
right?
Chambers, yep.
Detlef Schrempf.
Yep, Schrempf more with the Pacers, I think,
Yeah, that's true.
is what I think of Schrempf.
Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis at the end. Stromile Swift.
Stromile Swift. Wasn't he like a Vancouver Grizzly?
Yeah. I'm thinking of Robert Swift, I think. But I don't know. Jokic back maybe next week, so
Your fantasy team's looking up.
oh my God. I'm gonna have a block. I'm gonna literally have a block of big men where it's him, it's Rudy Gobert. It's gonna be great. And then a guy in the league dropped Anthony Davis. I picked him up and have him stashed in the IR spot right now for when he comes back at the end of February. It's gonna be great.
LA is getting a big reinforcement too.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they've really been struggling lately. Austin Reeves is a big
Oh.
part of their team.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about an actual trade act.
he's arguably the best player on the team other
Yeah.
than Doncic, but
Incredible shooter.
Yeah.
So, LA is probably going to pick it up here soon. Although, I don't like. It just seems so odd with LeBron back. Like it's Luka's team, and like LeBron's there, but like
It's all so boring.
yeah,
Like the NBA is so boring.
Yeah.
This time of year.
Yeah.
Talk to me in May.
Might be the next time we really talk about it at this point. So
Yeah. Well, unless there is some action at the trade deadline.
it's true. Literally next Thursday, right about this time is when the deadline happens. So I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about that.
yeah, 3 p.m.
Yeah. So
What's your thoughts on Joe Brady's press conference? It was just a couple hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think he said things that like you kind of would expect. To me, it was really nothing. Like fans are going to want to see it on the field.
Right.
Fans are going to want to see the moves that Brandon Beane makes. You can talk as much as you want, but you got to show it. And again, with this team, it's Super Bowl or bust. You can't just say how you think you have a good squad and you're going to make the playoff. Like, no, it's Super Bowl or nothing. So you got to go have a good draft. You have to go have good free agency and all that. So I don't think many people really came away too excited or too down, I guess, from it. But yeah, it's still weird seeing Joe Brady as the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. What, 12 days after Sean McDermott being
He looks
fired?
like a punk kid.
What is he?
He does.
30,
He looks like a punk
36 years
kid
old.
to me.
I don't know. Yeah, he's 36. Yeah.
36. They got their defensive coordinator now, too.
They do?
It's not official,
It isn't official.
but
I missed
they're
the
looking at
news.
Jim Leonard
Okay.
and possibly Jim Schwartz. He is not happy in
that's right.
Cleveland, as I'm sure you guys seen yesterday, because they didn't hire him as the head coach or,
You know,
Yeah.
so
Monken.
whole new staff coming for Joe Brady on the defensive side of the ball.
so much change from something that's been so successful.
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't win the Super Bowl, but guess what? During Sean McDermott's 7 years, only 5 teams have won the Super Bowl. So I just can't be careful what you wish for, man. Let's see what happens. It will be just an absolute disaster if the Bills happen to be like a 500 team going into Thanksgiving next year.
and one last thing, Josh Allen did have surgery Monday, minor. He'll be, of course, ready for off-season stuff later in the year, but I just want to mention that since Week 16, he's been playing on a broken foot, essentially, and we talked about this on Bills Weekly Monday, how durable he is, or maybe it was last week too. Like this guy was literally running around for 3 games, 2 playoff games, on a broken foot, jumping, sliding,
Getting lit up.
yep, getting nailed, and never said once that he needs to come out of the game, or like Lamar with his back injury.
Or Bo Nix.
Yeah,
Now, I saw Bo Nix after the game, the divisional round game, like walking across the field to shake hands. He was on his feet. Like, I don't know. Like,
and Josh Allen, he said this too, which is funny, but it's true. He said if we had a game today, I'd find a way to play.
Right.
That's how he literally is. That's his mentality.
you know,
And you see other guys across the league where if they have any little bump or bruise, they're going to find a way to take a seat. And not him. He's there to win and give it all and give everyone what he has. And he did that.
and so what do the Bills give him? Joe Brady.
Yeah. But remember, he loves Joe
I
Brady.
know he does.
So
So
it's
it's
actually not a bad thing for him.
probably not. Just
Comfort.
yeah, it just comes. But again, the change was made to get out of the comfort
Yeah.
of the recent history, which has been successful, and get to the next level. But we talked about that. Although McDermott's gone, a lot of other things seem familiar.
Stuff will feel different for the defense, but for him, Joe Brady's still calling plays.
Yep.
Josh Allen loves him, been with him for 4 years. Really, nothing changes for Josh Allen specifically, unless, there's personnel changes like the moves and stuff with the receivers. That's what changes. But play calling and familiarity, like, Josh is so comfortable. There's no pushback. He said today he doesn't even feel pressure. Well, yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Because, you have your guy coaching you now. So it's going to be interesting, but it's only, going into February. We have till September before they take the field.
Yeah, and no rush. We can hurry up and get to the draft,
Yeah.
but then I need time to slow down a little bit so I can,
All summer.
get some vitamin D.
Yeah. So we all remain trapped inside here at this point. So
And it's snowing here in Seneca
yeah,
Falls.
it's snowing.
pretty hard.
It's snowing again. I looked over. So if you're at the desk up here, you have a view over to the window outside, and it is snowing once again. It stopped for about 5 minutes, and now it's back. So here we are, dog days of winter, as you called it yesterday, Jim.
We've been here for some time, but we do need to talk golf.
Yeah.
'Cause I know so many of our viewers are just
Well, for you,
chomping at the bit.
Brooks is back. Patrick Reed's got a path. and-
Evan now wants to come back
Yeah.
now, and so does Hudson Swafford, and everybody wants to come back except for Bryson, which he probably does want to come back. But I think the amount of money that they're going to pay him to stay will ease that. But I don't think any of these guys coming back are going to be of consequence.
Yeah.
Reed wouldn't be back till August anyways, and he's just going to be older by then. There's so much young talent and great players on the tour now. So, I think Brooks Koepka's a little bit cooked. We'll see. He's playing this week. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, Brooks is only big because of the name still, but
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
you
still
even
hanging the majors.
I was about to say the majors, yeah, but like even then, you look at before he went over to live, like he was struggling then too, and not much has fully changed since then. So
Yeah, which is one reason he went to live, because he couldn't compete anymore on the PGA Tour like he wasn't. He had some issues, I think, with some health issues maybe, and he just felt like the best financial decision. Obviously, everybody that went to live did it for financial reasons. But anyways, like the live golf is kind of a joke, and maybe the Saudi's ownership of live should kind of reevaluate and instead of trying to like compete head to head with the PGA Tour, form a legitimate world tour that will appeal to a lot of golfers. Stop playing music at your tournaments. Make it 72 holes, which they are now. No more shotgun starts. Like, be a legitimate tour, not some circus sideshow. And then it can get to the point where maybe you can get some cross guys. Maybe it shouldn't. Maybe you'll get to a point where it's not a penalty for Rory McIlroy to play a live event in Australia if he wants. And then make it true. So you got the PGA Tour, and then you got another like world tour. Like when I was younger, the European Tour was a legit entity. So you wouldn't see Europeans playing except for like the Masters or U.S. Open. They wouldn't come over generally and play on regular tour events because they had their own tour. Times obviously change, but it would be okay for the world of golf if LIV was a legitimate tour. Not even calling it a minor league, but just more international player centric. Get rid of the team aspect. There's nothing dumber than the team golf on LIV. Like, it is literally the stupidest thing ever.
yeah,
Like, these guys care who's on their team, and the crushers and the smashers, It's like a joke.
yeah, and the goats or whatever the hell.
Whatever all the aces.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed, I think, was on the aces.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, I know my LIV golf team.
There you go.
Breakdowns. It's just dumb. But now they're at the Farmers this weekend. Torrey Pines, and no football Sunday or Saturday. Good viewing. Good. Unless you want to watch the Pro Bowl. Is that
Well,
this week?
that's Tuesday, right?
I don't even know.
The Pro Bowl games are Tuesday.
God,
The
that's so
dumbest, dumb, stupid, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it's become dumb.
Shador Sanders is in it.
I know,
It's
he's a
replacement.
Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler. The NBA All-Star Game, dumb. The NFL Pro Bowl, dumb. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game, dumb. You know who's got the best one?
NASCAR.
Hockey.
Oh.
NHL.
Well, even that, it took them a while to get to a good format.
Yeah, I think I like the baseball All-Star game because it's real baseball still.
Yeah.
You're still throwing 90 plus, you're still hitting, where the Pro Bowl game, don't even get me started with the Pro Bowl games. Let's skip that.
Flag football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the little games that they do throughout the week, like the dodgeball, like why? Like what a waste. Why do you want to why do you
mean-
want to have players fly in for that?
I
It's
mean,
a clown show.
I did like kick-tac-toe, but
I don't even know what you guys are talking about because I don't
they
even
did a
bother
thing
watching
they
it.
did a thing for the kickers where it was like a giant tic-tac-toe board in between the pylons.
In between the uprights?
Yeah, and obviously
Yeah, they
it's-
played tic-tac-toe.
yeah, but it's kick-tac-toe. So,
Hey, I don't mind that, but don't call it the Pro Bowl.
no. Look, you can say what you want, but the Pro Bowl life hasn't been the same since they moved the Pro Bowl off of Hawaii.
Yeah, I
Just
didn't
go
even
point
know
that
it
out.
wasn't in Hawaii.
So
But it sucked when it was in Hawaii too. It always sucked.
If you get named to the Pro Bowl, big deal. I care more about first team, second team, All Pro, like whatever. Pro Bowl, who cares? I mean, Shedeur Sanders being in it shows everything.
Yeah.
Like, let's just move on from the Pro Bowl. But they won't. They'll keep it going.
Money.
Yep.
So, all right. I think that's is that it for today? I think so. I got nothing else. So,
Just the newest information is Vernon Davis is in the news. Just
Vernon
now.
Davis.
continue.
Yeah, because he attacked a woman with books during an argument over abortion.
Okay then.
But apparently this happened back last
The old
May.
tight end for the 49ers,
Yep.
Vernon Davis.
Yep. It happened last May, but the girl just reported it January 8th, and arrest warrant was issued today, is what I believe.
Well,
And yeah, she claims that she was also slapped and just over her pregnancy or whatever.
sheesh. Well, so much for Vernon.
Yeah.
See ya.
What do you watch this weekend with no football?
College hoops.
Yeah,
Hockey.
see, that's the thing is, like, when Syracuse is this bad, I don't care about any other college games. I don't bet college. I don't watch it. It's sad. And then what I would like to watch is some Big East games. Like, I'd watch a little Villanova St. John's or whatever, but
yeah.
I can't. It's even more depressing.
Yeah. No, we talked about that last week. Yeah. Big sad.
So, I'll watch the Farmers. I'll watch the golf.
There you go. And we'll be back at it again, though, next week. Super Bowl preview next week, guys. Get excited. Get those props
Prop
ready.
bets. I've been
Those
thinking
ready.
a lot about it. A little preview. I am leaning towards unders.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, and especially when you get a larger betting pool, people tend to bet overs. It should elevate like the individual player props. So I'm going to probably hold off till Saturday or Sunday morning, and then probably go unders on a lot of unders.
It's the way to do it. So, all that and more next week, gentlemen. So, we look forward to that. Then you can find the FL1 Sports Podcast on FingerLakes1.com, the FL1 YouTube channel, and all major podcasting platforms. Be back at it again. Super Bowl preview next Thursday at 2 p.m. Appreciate everybody for listening and tuning in. Have a great weekend, everybody.